All right. You ready?
Yep. So.
This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. And a very pleasant good evening, everyone, as we welcome you inside Preston Gym, as tonight the Preston Indians will take on the Highland Rams. We want to welcome everybody in here into Preston Gym. Dan Hubbard along with Lyle Fuller, John Slaughter on camera tonight on the video feed, and John Beverly back in studio as our studio engineer tonight. Let's get you caught up on where we are. First of all, there was a big accident on the 15 freeway right by Holt Arena in Pocatello. The Highland bus on the way over here got stuck in that traffic, and they sat there for almost an hour without moving. Well, we thought we were going to have to start the games late. In fact, that was the plan. They came back and decided, no, we'll move the JV game over to the old gym. They took the freshman game and put it over to the junior high school, and here we are, lo and behold, still on tap for a 7:30 start here tonight as the Preston Indians come onto the floor.
Yeah, good thing that we can start on time being a school night. But, if you're looking for that JV game or the freshman game, be aware they have been moved around a little bit, and we should tip off here about the same time, 7:30, what they tell us.
So we will apologize right off the bat for not having the video feed of the JV game tonight, as that was just not going to be possible to be able to do and get the game in. So Lyle with Highland Rams come here to Preston, and these teams know each other pretty well. They played each other, although it's been way back the beginning of the season, back on December 4th, a game that Preston won by 4 points.
Yeah, that was one of the very first games of the year, and of course it was at Highland. Preston sneaks out a close win. Both teams will have changed, hopefully gotten better since then. And, the trajectories have been a little different. Preston's been winning more of late. Highland comes in struggling a little bit on the year in terms of their overall record. But, it's a 5A program. And as we were talking about a minute ago, Dan, off the air, Highland is certainly a proud program, a lot of success over the years for the Highland basketball, football, all sports really. And so we know that they'll definitely want to come and try to sneak a win away from Preston on the home floor here.
For Preston, they come in winners of 3 in a row. They're now 12-6 on the year, and 2 of those 3 wins were very big wins against conference foes, against Century and Pocatello last time out.
Yeah, and Dan, you'd referenced maybe this might be a little bit of a trap game for the Indians with Century coming up Friday night, back in another high-pressure district game. Of course, Highland's out of district. But, you still want to play well. You still want to come out and give it your best and keep building and gelling as a team and building that momentum tonight.
You mentioned that Highland's had kind of a tough year. They're 3-12, 1-5 in conference play, and they come in having lost 2 straight as well.
Yeah, and looking at Highland's record, really what jumps out at me is they have a win over Middleton. the number 1 ranked team in 4A, Highland's got a win over them. So, that shows they are capable of playing well, and certainly not a team that you can just overlook.
So it's Preston against Highland here this evening. Ought to be a great game, as Highland has some big kids that we're going to have to match up against. So it's kind of the same old formula for Preston. You're going to have to play well and stay on the floor, and Brandon Hess is not going to be able to get in foul trouble.
Yeah, Mickelson, the big kid for Highland, about 6'7", probably their best overall player, and it presents enough size to have some matchup problems for us. We'll have to maybe double down on him. We'll see if Tyler elects to double the post or not, but he presents matchup problems down low for sure.
We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, and when we do, we'll visit with Coach Jones and get his feelings about tonight's game. We'll do that right after this timeout.
KACH, my local radio.
Hi, everybody. It's Dan Hubbard for ChemDry of Northern Utah. Are you worried about the safety of your home or business? Well, ChemDry of Northern Utah can help. Their new Micro Pro Shield service disinfects, then adds antimicrobial protection for up to 90 days. They use patented technology to create a layer of spikes on surfaces that mechanically kills microbes on contact for up to 3 months. Their hospital-grade disinfectant is EPA approved for use against SARS-CoV-2, the very cause of COVID-19. It's simply ideal for residential and commercial settings. If you'd like more information about their new Micro Pro Shield service and you're in Cache or Box Elder County, make sure you call today. 435-752-6100. That's 435-752-6100 for ChemDry of Northern.
Traditionally, people will consume more salsa this weekend than any other weekend of the entire year. This weekend is only one of the most massive, big-time weekends for monumental munchies. Oh, and there's a little football game, too. Stokes Market will be there in a clutch with anything and everything you need. Stokes could make the save with your option play of meat and cheese or veggie trays. Feel the crunch of a massive lineup of potato chips, tortilla chips, and pretzels. Dive for extra yards with a selection of dips, cheese, guacamole, and salsa. Catch fan favorite snack legends like Little Smoky sausages, soda, popcorn, frozen pizzas, and wings. This weekend is one of the most important food-centric weekends of the entire year. Oh yeah, and then football. Complete your game day sack at Stokes Market in Preston.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
Tonight's pregame visit with the coach is brought to you by Rounds & Associates Insurance Services Incorporated, the local independent insurance agency offering you many different options for all of your insurance needs. Call for your competitive quote today at 208-852-20. At Rounds & Associates Insurance, we've been in business since 1948. And while many of the faces may have changed, there's one thing that still stays the same: our personalized customer service. Our customers will always come first, whatever your needs. At Rounds & Associates Insurance, we have many different insurance options and can find the right option for you and your needs. Call us today to find out more. 208-852-2500. 208-852-2500, or drop by the office, 85 South State Street.
KACH.
Welcome back here to the pregame show. Tyler Jones, our guest, as we get ready to take on Highland here tonight. First of all, you got to go back to the last game that you played against Pocatello. That was a heck of a win.
Yeah, huge win. Lots of ups and downs throughout that game. Both two really good basketball teams, and I liked every time they made a run we answered, and we did enough down the stretch, hit our free throws, and were able to get out of there with a big conference win.
So you take on Highland tonight, a team you haven't seen since early December. Your team's grown and mature a lot. Fortunately, they've kind of struggled through a season, but they've lost a lot of close games.
Yeah, it seems like every game they've played has been a couple-point game, and they just haven't quite found a way to win those. So they're a good team. Last week they lost to Madison by 4. They went to overtime with Pocatello. So they're a very capable team. They have some really good players, and this is a big game for us tonight to keep that momentum going.
It's got to be a big game for you because you have to keep pace with Century and Pocatello, who just happen to be playing each other tonight.
Yeah, and still so much at stake, for the district tournament, the seeding and all that, and this game could be a tiebreaker scenario if, a game that we need to win to help us to try to get at home court throughout the postseason.
This Highland team, you saw them earlier in the year, and they have another one of those big guys in the middle you're going to have to contain.
Yeah, it seems like about every team we play has one, and he's a good one, the Mickelson boy, about 6'7", probably 250, really good player down low. And then they have a couple of really good guards to go with him. The Durham kid can really drive and shoot. He was their quarterback, athletic kid. And then the sophomore Wright heard us up there, hit 4 or 5 3-pointers. So they have some weapons for sure, and we've got to try to limit their studs to slow them down a little bit.
It's another one of those games you can't afford to look forward to Friday night.
No. Big week, we got to keep that momentum going. We're at home tonight, and need to keep building on that to get ready for Century on Friday.
Hopefully everything will come out good in the end. Good luck tonight. We'll talk to you after the game.
Right, thank you. Appreciate it.
It's Tyler Jones with us here on the pregame show. Take a timeout more right after this.
KACA.
This month, our nation celebrates two great presidents. At West Motors, they celebrate February with their President's Day event all month long. This month, you'll find prices we're celebrating on all Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram vehicles at West Motor in Preston and Logan. Pricing so low, you'll want to stand up and salute. March on in and feel the power of a Ram, the comfort of a Chrysler, the dependability of a Jeep, and the family-friendly Dodge vehicles. Celebrate with win-win deals all month long during the President's Day event at West Motor in Preston and Logan.
The Preston Lady Indians move forward into the second round of the district tournament and will take on the Century Lady Diamondbacks on Thursday night. Century's been the toughest test all year for the Lady Indians, and the teams meet for the third time coming up Thursday night. We'll have coverage starting with the pregame show at 6:45 and the tip-off at 7 p.m. Catch the Lady Indians on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH and on mylocalradio.com.
Pain-free and feeling great without the expense and side effects of medications. It is not only possible, but a reality at Fellows Chiropractic. Now with 4 massage therapists and chiropractic available to help you with your relief from chronic pain. Give Dr. Fellows' office a call at 208-852-2240 to schedule your massage therapy or chiropractic session today. That number again is 208-852-2240.
The keys to tonight's game are brought to you by Naylor Insurance. For farm, auto, home health, and life from Mutual of Enumclaw, nobody cares like we do. Naylor Insurance, 153 North State, Suite A.
Regardless of which insurance company you use, when you add a teen driver to your vehicle policy, your rates increase. This is Cheryl Kimball with Naylor Insurance in Preston. If you've got teen drivers, you need to know about the rate-saving plan offered through Mutual of Enumclaw Insurance. Teen Smart is an 8-hour program that, once completed, will lower your rates and make your teen a better driver. Savings and increased safety. It's a win-win. Call us today, 208-852-08.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Welcome back here to the pregame show. Preston and Highland coming up in just a couple of minutes. Lyle, before we get there, let's talk about some of your keys to tonight's game.
Well, I think it was mentioned, but, keep the foot on the pedal, keep the momentum going. I think with Mickelson and Durham, make them work. They're probably going to get theirs. They might get 20 and 15 or something like that between the two of them, but make them put up a lot of shots to get there. Make them work for it. Offensively for Preston, I think keep sharing the ball. Try to get at least 3 guys in double figures and cut down on the turnovers, and I think Preston will be okay tonight.
Some of the other games going on around the area. Westside's on the road tonight. They're at Bear Lake. The big game to keep an eye on, we're going to try to, is Century playing at Pocatello tonight. Bonneville is at Idaho Falls. Skyline is at Madison. Hillcrest is at Rigby. Blackfoot is taking on Shelley. And Marsh Valley will be at Snake River. For now, that'll wrap up the pregame show. We'll invite you to stay tuned. All the excitement of Preston Indian basketball is coming up next.
KACH.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-0533. Webb Funeral Home, since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
A proud member of the Co-op. We save you money on advertising and enable you to reach more customers. We are KACH, Preston, Clarkston.
It's time for Preston Indians basketball. The Indians have won 4 Idaho State 4A titles in the last 5 years and look to keep building on what has become a championship tradition. Tonight's game is brought to you by West Motors, celebrating their 75th year in the Cache Valley. Stokes Market True Value, with the freshest meat and produce, and now preparing and selling sushi. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care in all of the Cache Valley. Rounds & Associates Insurance Agency, an independent agency with many options for all of your insurance needs. Preston Auto Parts Car Quest. We have all the parts your car may need to keep running strong. Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and the surrounding communities since 1925. Ralph's Construction, building new homes in the Blue Sage Park region in Preston. Naylor Insurance, for home, health, life, and auto from Mutual of Enumclaw. Preston Pharmacy, now with their own app to help make tracking your prescriptions easier. Tonight's game is made possible through an agreement between Preston High School and Cook Brothers Broadcasting and is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast of this game in whole or in part without the express written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting is strictly prohibited. We welcome you back in. Welcome to Preston Indian basketball tonight as the Preston Indians take on the Highland Rams. They're introducing the Highland starting lineups out onto the floor. Ramon Barella, senior, will get a start tonight. He's 5'6". Hunter Halsman, 6'2", senior. Easton Durham, a 6' senior. Also getting a start this evening is Fisher Anderson, a junior, and in the middle, it is the big man, Mickelson for the Rams. Mason Mickelson, he is 6'7", and had 15 points against the Indians in their first meeting. For the Preston Indians, Stephen Roberts, 3.1 points a game. It'll be Brecker Knapp, averaging right at 7 points a game. Cole Harris, who signed to go play football today at a college. We'll talk about that coming up. He's averaging just a tick over 12 points a game. Braden Hess, 10.5 points a game. And Gabe Hammonds, the team's leading scorer, 15.6 points per game on the year. Gets a start tonight for the Preston Indians. So Cole Harris, earlier today, signed a letter of intent to play football at Rocky Mountain College, a Division III school in Billings, Montana. Had a nice little reception here about 3 o'clock this afternoon. Interesting part is that Easton Durham, the senior for Highland, he signed today to play at Carroll College, which is in Hella, Montana. And they are bitter division rivals, according to Cole.
Well, they'll get to see each other a lot more than in the next 4 years. On the gridiron, though.
Yep. So it's just kind of one of the sidelights of tonight's game as here come the Indians out onto the floor. Preston, 12-6 on the year, 2-1 in conference play. They've won 3 straight. Highland is only 3-12, but they've lost a lot of close games, and they're 1-5 in conference play here this year. So we're ready to go as the tap is controlled by the Indians. As Roberts has it up into the front court, kind of pushes off on Barello a little bit, get a little operating room. Harris pops out to the elbow, little spin move, can't get a shot, gives it back to Roberts. Roberts will bring it back out, wants to drive on Barella, gets a little bit of a contact, and now comes back out to Knapp, who'll bring it back across the top of the key. Looking for Hammonds to cut through, which he does. Look, a skip pass comes over to Gabe. He'll look at a long three, good.
Hammonds with a 3. He had a pair of 3 of those the other night here in the victory against Pocatello.
Now, great start for the Indians. Made 3 back off an assist, too. You like to see that assist for the field goal.
So here's Barella, who'll hold on to the ball, try to direct traffic here a little bit. Looks down the right side, nothing there. They'll swing it all the way back around over onto the far side as it comes back to Fisher Anderson as he'll carry the ball over. Highlands looks a little bit different from the last time we saw them, Lyle. They had one player just flat out just leave the team, a senior who wasn't getting a lot of playing time. That was Easton Rudd. Back door to Hammonds for the layup and the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Good find there by Brecker Knapp. Rams overplaying Gabe. He gives that little head fake and cuts hard back door to the hoop, gets the harm in the hoop. He'll go to the line.
And the foul on the big man, Mason Mickelson, as well. The other person they're missing tonight is one of their big men down low who had a little bit of a groin strain and was going to be day-to-day, and I don't believe he's in uniform tonight. As Hammonds makes the free throw, he has all 6 points, and it's 6-0 Preston. Down low, Mickelson with a little short jumper is good.
Boy, the referee takes a major tumble along the baseline. He jumps up, says, I'm okay.
He's tough.
He's tough.
So 6-2, Preston on top. Hammonds gives it over on the right side as it goes to Knapp. Back out top to Harris. Holds there, back to Hammonds. Another 3, this one from the right side, no good. As a pass out of bounds, it's going to say it's off of Highland, and it goes out of bounds. Much to the dismay of Ty Pearson, the head coach of the Rams, who ran down the sideline after that call was made.
Yeah, Gabe had a good look from the corner, just didn't go.
Comes into Knapp. He'll hold. Jones yells out the instructions. Roberts right on front of the Highland bench. Out top to Hess as Knapp falls down inside. Hess goes right at Mickelson, no good. And the ball loose inside. It's picked up there by Highland as Heisman gives it back up in the front court. Here's a three-pointer by Anderson. In and out, tapped out by Mickelson. Comes to Knapp. Knapp up into the front court. Hammonds got another look for a 3 from the right corner. This time is no good again as Anderson able to save it on the floor, but he threw it to nobody. Harris picks it up, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds on a fine defensive play by Barella to save a bucket.
Yeah, Barella at 5'6", stopped a basket from Cole Harris there. He's small, but he is quick. He's a good defensive player. The Indians will bring it in under their own hoop.
Gets it in deep to Harris. Cole waiting. Now Roberts pops all the way back out to get the ball. Barella on him. Comes back to Harris at the left elbow. Cole wants to drive, shoots over the top and banks it in. Cole, who had 20 points the other night against Pocatello and 14 in the first meeting against Highland. As Holzman has it, he'll pull it back out as Barella comes to take it away from him. Anderson goes back to Durham. That's the young man who signed to play at Carroll College earlier today. Durham back outside to Barella. Barella down the middle. Can't get a shot. He'll kick it back out. Holzman top of the key. Nothing there either. Comes back over to Anderson. Anderson looks inside. Still no shot. They'll lob it down inside as it comes to Mickelson. Tries to turn in the paint. It's kicked out of bounds and it's going to go back over to the Indians.
Yeah, Steve Roberts bringing the double team in the post. Manages to poke it away and off of Mickelson. Indians will get a chance to add to lead. A timeout first, though.
Timeout called here by Highland. It'll be a 30-second timeout. They trail 8-2, and we'll be right back.
KACH.
Rounds & Associates Insurance Service is an independent insurance agency with Allstate, Travelers, Auto Owners, Safeco, Progressive, and Nationwide, just to name a few. Stop by the office for your competitive quote today. Rounds & Associates Insurance Service. Call 208-852-2500. Rounds & Associates Insurance, supporting both the Westside Pirates and the Preston Indians on to victory. You've got this. Don't weaken. Rounds & Associates Insurance Service. Call today, 208-852-2500.
KACH.
Preston has the ball after the timeout. They lead 8-2. As it comes into Roberts, whoop, a little behind the back dribble to get away from Barrera there for a second, and gets it over to Hammonds. Hammonds will bounce it to Hess as he comes up to the free throw line. Wants to one bounce dribble, takes a little bit of a drive, gets cut off, so he'll give it back to Roberts. Driving all the way up against the big man, no good. Harris with the rebound, the spin, and the putback is in.
Like that strong move by Roberts, Dan, just didn't fall.
Preston leads 10-2 as it comes back up in the front court to Fisher Anderson. Barella drops it down to Mickelson, kick it all the way back over in the corner. Anderson wants to drive. 15-footer here by Mickelson, that's no good. And the rebound there is taken by Knapp. Knapp's going to push up into the front court. All the way, comes in, gives it to Hammonds back over on the left side, who will now bring it back out with the dribble back out to the top of the key. On the right side, it goes to Roberts, back to Hammonds, goes through his hands, and it's going to go out of bounds before Knapp can save it. And it's going to come back over to Highland.
Looked like Knapp could have saved that. He thought it was off of Highland, though.
Braden Kelly comes in as Easton Durham will come to the bench. Looking down to the bench, and Drew Roberts is the young man who has the groin injury, and I don't see him in uniform. They have a couple of players that are in their sweatsuits and not active in the game tonight, as the pass is intercepted by Hammonds. Gabe takes it away all the way down low to Knapp, and a crowd goes up strong, no good. Gets his own rebound, and it's stripped away, but it's going to say last touch by Brecker and goes out of bounds. Traeger Shumway comes in as Roberts will leave halfway through the period, which is their normal operating procedure. You know, the one thing about the JV game going on right now across at the old gym, it leaves the Preston bench a little short here for the first half.
Right.
Anderson goes to Mickelson and gets a good drive down low and draws the foul as Hess was standing on the floor and Mickelson went over him for the layup.
Yeah, Hess just didn't establish good defensive position there. He turns to Coach Jones and says, I'm okay, leave me in. So it looks like that's what he'll do for now.
To complete the three-point play, the free throw is short, and it's 10-4 as Mickelson misses his first free throw of the night. So here's Roberts in the front court, or I should say Shumway in the front court. A little runner in the lane, and he just throws it in, a little teardrop.
Boy, right in the game and right in the hoop for Shumway.
Holzman will give it back. They'll swing it all the way back out top to Barella again, who drives down the left side, gets cut off. Comes back down low, driving. Nice little layup there by Hunter Holzman for the hoop. It's 12-6. Preston has a 6-point lead with 2:45 to play here in the quarter. Shumway gives it to Harris. Back out to Hammonds again. He'll rise. His shot just a hair long. And it's big Holzman, or Nick Nicholson rather, with the rebound. Quickly up into the front court. Comes back to Holzman. Layup down low. Goes way up high and in.
I couldn't see if that got tipped or if he intentionally sent it up above the backboard on the layup.
Well taken away as Barella coming all the way down. Another layup here and a foul. Good foul by Shumway, not letting him hardly get the shot off. And it's going to send Holzman to the free throw line. When Shumway looked over at Jones to get the play, Barella attacked the ball and took it away.
Yeah, alert play by Barella, but Shumway's got to protect the ball a little better when you look back to get the play in from the coach.
First one by Holzman is good. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Fellows Chiropractic. If you've done too much on the sports field and you're having a hard time moving, you need to call Fellows Chiropractic as he makes them both. They'll take you a place where you can go to get an adjustment, or if you need a massage to be feeling better, Fellows Chiropractic on 8 South State Street here in Preston. And Braden Hess gets the bucket back at the other end.
Oh, they got Mickelson. I thought they had the guard there.
That's 2 on him. Wow, that's big.
Yeah. Good find by Cole Harris there.
And Hess makes the free throw to complete the three-point play. Back up in the front court. Wild pass gets away and goes out of bounds. Another turnover here for Highland as Mickelson's going to come out. And Dawson Moon, a 6'1" senior, comes in to replace him in the middle.
So we'll probably run a play to get Hess the ball with a smaller guy on him now.
Also, Easton Wheelock, the 5'7" point guard, into the game. As ball comes to Hammonds. Hammonds wants to drive, gets bodied up there a little bit, comes back out top to Harris. Cole spinning off the glass, gets the hoop and the foul.
He loves that spin move.
Cole's going to go back to the free throw line, try to complete his second three-point play of the night as the foul goes on Hunter Holzman. That's his first and the team's third. Fisher Anderson comes back in. Holzman will go to the bench as Preston now actually looks a little bit bigger on the floor as Harris makes the free throw. They look a little bit bigger on the floor right now than Highland does with Mickelson off the floor.
Yep, good chance.
Ball taken away as a foul on the drive as Knapp took it away, and then a foul on the floor. That's going to go on Wheelock. That's his first and the team's fourth.
Yeah, Knapp playing the point of the full court pressure there, just takes it away.
Shumway will trigger it in underneath.
It's just holding Hess all over trying to get to the hoop.
Hess lost it. Shumway had to make sure he had both feet back on the floor before he could touch the ball, which he did. And brings it back out up top. Shumway back to Hammonds. Hammonds down the middle, dribbled it off his foot, but luckily went right to Brecker Knapp. Brecker, a little drive to the bucket, and uses the glass neatly and gets the hoop.
Yeah, good recognition. Much smaller man on him. Just takes it, power move right to the rim.
20-10, Preston on top with a minute left. And that's a backcourt violation as Wheelock was not all the way in the front court yet. And another timeout apparently called here by Highland as Coach Pearson walks halfway out to midcourt. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well and be right back.
KACA. If you think buying a car is hard, stressful, and it takes a long time, you haven't shopped at West Motor in Preston and Logan. We've got a large selection of quality new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Ford vehicles to choose from. Because we offer great pricing and the buying process is simple, we also have a large inventory of used vehicles to choose from. Buy your next vehicle from a dealership that has provided customers a stress-free, quick, and reliable buying process for decades. West Motor in Preston and Logan. Stop in today or visit us online at westmotorcompany.com.
West Motor Company.
KACH.
Preston leading 20-10. They've led all the way so far here in the first quarter.
Good fast start for the Indians here. And they'll have the ball coming out of the timeout.
As they'll have the ball over on the far side. Gabe Hammonds will trigger it in with 1:03 to play here in the first. Knapp has the ball after the inbounds pass, gets it back up into the front court. Easton Durham, number 4, back on the floor. Floor here for Highland as it comes back to Shumway. Shumway in the corner to Cole, drives the baseline, can't get a shot, bounce it down low to Hess. His reverse layup is too strong, tapped around, comes back to the Indians. Three-pointer from the corner by Hammonds is good. Hammonds with his second three, and it's 23-10 with 30 seconds to go. Wheelock into the front court, now has to pull the ball back. Comes back to Durham. Durham driving all the way, scoop shot is good. Easton Durham with his first 2 points. Preston's lead down to 11 at 23-12. They'll hold for the last shot here with 15 seconds to play in the quarter. Hammonds with a big quarter here and has a total of 9 points so far as it comes back to Harris. Harris goes back outside to Hammonds with 4, with 3. Going to have to get a shot. Gabe lets it fly. No good. Tip, but it's not going to count. So Preston with a good first quarter. They lead 23-12. After the first, we'll take a timeout. We'll come back second quarter action right after this.
KACA.
Regardless of which insurance company you use, when you add a teen driver to your vehicle policy, your rates increase. This is Cheryl Kimball with Naylor Insurance in Preston. If you've got teen drivers, you need to know about the rate-saving plan offered through Mutual of Enumclaw Insurance. Teen Smart is an 8-hour program that, once completed, will lower your rates and make your teen a better driver. Savings and increased safety. It's a win-win. Call us today, 208-852-08.
The second quarter of tonight's game is sponsored by Webb Funeral Home, 1005 South 8th East.
Webb Funeral Home, established in Preston in 1925, has served the needs of Franklin County families and their neighbors for several generations. Now in their modern new full-service facilities just off Highway 91 south of Preston, Webb Funeral Home continues to offer caring and professional services to all residents of the area in their time of need. Funeral directors Douglas Webb, Ron Smaley, and Jordan Webb, along with aftercare specialist Jody Rasmussen, thank you for your trust in them and welcome your questions and concerns anytime. A message from your friends at Webb.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
We'll start the second quarter. Ball will belong to Highland. And Preston leading 23-12 after one here tonight. Cole Harris and Gabe Hammonds, the two leading scorers, not only on the year, but also in the first quarter tonight for the Indians. Barella gives it over to Holzman, back onto the floor. Now back to Barella again. They bring Mickelson back out onto the floor. Nice little backdoor pass, gets away, and Drew Jones into the game for the Indians has the interception. Mickelson back on the floor with his 2 fouls in the first quarter. Jones gives it off as it goes to Shumway over on the right side. He'll give it to Harris. Now back over to Knapp. Free throw line extended left. Back to Jones. Looks at a three, doesn't take it. Wants to drive, shoots a little bank shot, no good. Rebound tap comes back to Jones, picked up by Harris, and no, we got a foul on the floor.
They got Mickelson again, or no, nope. 15.
That's on Anderson. Okay, luckily 15, enough. Yeah. If that would have been on Mickelson, Tyler Pearson would have absolutely just plotzed.
Yeah, exactly.
As it comes into Knapp. Brecker holds top of the key. Comes back over to Shumway here on the left side. Shumway wants to drive baseline. Gets cut off, so he'll terminate the dribble. Bounce it inside to Knapp, but it's knocked away and taken away as Barella has it coming back here the other way. Gets across the timeline. Here he comes down the middle. Little guy can't get the shot, so he'll kick it off back in the corner. Back to Mickelson. Bounce it all the way over on the other side, and it ends up in the hands of Ronnie Ward over there, sitting in the first row.
Yep, Highland staying with a man-to-man defense, not giving Mickelson a lot of protection through the scheme itself. Let's see if the Indians go into the post here to try to pick up that third foul.
Shumway back up into the front court, driving, throws up over Mickelson and banks it in. Didn't get the foul on Mickelson, but will take the hoop. 25-12. Barrera back up in the front court. We'll give it to Holzman. Now back to Holzman, and Barrera has it again back to the top of the key. As it comes back to Holzman. Barrera swing it all the way around, now bang in the hands of Durham over on the left side. Little no-look pass, a nice little bounce pass inside. Couldn't get it inside to Holzman, who stands in the key, and the three-pointer from over there is good, knocked in by Easton Durham.
Easton Durham with a three-point basket.
So Durham hits the three, it's 25-15. So we go under 6 minutes to play here in the first half. As Rhett Larson into the game here for Preston. That ball's tapped away from him. Gabe Hammonds will come back in, and Brecker Knapp's going to come to the bench. Tonight's game brought to you by Franklin County Medical Center, providing the best care in all of the Cache Valley. Franklin County Medical Center, 44 North 1st West here in Preston. Harris gives it back out to Jones. Shumway has it. Tippy toes along the sidelines and does it well as he's able to stay in bounds. Absolutely. Kick it back outside to Shumway again. Tries to penetrate. Now he'll pull it back out. Waits for Jones to cut through. Jones gets it. Free throw line extended right. Drew dribbling back and forth. Now gives it back to Larson. He looks at a 17-footer and knocks it down. Rhett Larson. Nice shot.
Yeah. We'll take all the 17-footers we can get from Rhett. That was a good-looking shot, though. Went right in.
12-point lead again for the Indians as it comes to Mickelson. He drives, puts it in over Larson.
He missed the shot, though, yeah. He'll shoot two, but
I was going to say he missed the shot. Yeah. Larson draws the foul, and Mickelson's going to go to the free throw line to shoot two.
Yeah, nothing fancy about that drive by Mickelson, just straight up the gut to the rim.
Got good size on him. As they worked on a lot of different things this morning at the shoot-around to try to nullify Mickelson's size advantage down low around the basket. That was not one of them.
Right.
Mickelson's second, he missed them both.
Oh, wow.
They get the rebound back. Another three-pointer by Durham. That's no good. And that's a push-off inside. Oh, luckily it's on Fisher. That's Fisher Anderson. That'll be his second. As he's called for the push-off and not Mickelson. That's going to get Dawson Moon back into the game. In that first game against Preston, Mason Mickelson had 14 points. 27-15, 5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Jones driving, gets down low, gets cut off. He'll go up, and it spins out. Unfortunately for him, as Barella has the rebound. He'll bring it back up into the front court. That's a tough shot for Jones. That went way down and then spun back out. Comes back over here on the right side. Holzman for three. That's no good. Ball tapped around, ends up in the hands of Hess. Hess goes to Shumway. Here comes the Indians, 3-on-2. Harris lay it up and in.
Cole made that look kind of easy. It was not easy. That was a tough catch and a tough angle on the layup.
Three-pointer here, Durham. That's no good. And they'll come running again. Here comes Jones again on the run out. He'll come back out top to Harris again as they'll set up the offense this time. Jones back to Hammonds on the right side. Hammonds comes back to the top of the key, gives it to Hess, pulls Mickelson way out away from the bucket. Jones runs into Durham and gets a little working room. Comes back to Shumway now on the right side. Comes around the screen of Harris. Now top of the key to Hess. Hess comes back on the left side to Hammonds, who drives. Mickelson cuts him off as he gets the ball back and brings it back out top to Harris again. 3:45 to play here in the first half. 29-15. Preston leads by 14 points. Remember, they only won by 4 in the first meeting back in December. Harris back out top to Jones again.
I wanted to get it to Hess, just not good spacing on that one.
As it's Moon inside just laying on Hess. Harris will drive, scoop shot, lay it in. Harris has 11.
Good recognition. Mickelson was guarding him 22 feet away from the hoop. Just drive it over the taller, slower man.
Mickelson runs over, charging. That's 3. Cole Harris takes the charge. That's 3 fouls on Mickelson. That's going to put him back on the bench, at least for the remainder of the half.
Yeah, you'd have to think so. And so big play on both ends there for Cole. Driving layup, and then he takes the charge.
They left him in the game.
Well, maybe they figure at 31-15, they've got to take their shot now. I don't know. Interesting.
They brought in Braden Kelly, the junior, but they took out Durham. They left Mickelson in the game. I take the ball right back inside, see if we get a fourth.
Right.
Keep following Hess all over the place. Drive the ball to hoop as offensive foul. That's a little clear out. Illegal screen on Hess. That's his second.
That'll be 2 on Braden. So looks like we'll see Rhett Larson in.
Larson will come back in as now they're going to bring in Easton Durham back in and going to take Mickelson off the floor. Yeah, you got to do that.
Yeah, Coach Pearson gave him you got 3 fouls, son. You got to sit down symbol.
Here's Wheelock up into the front court. Durham drives the baseline, gets cut off, loses the ball, taken away by Larson. Ahead to Jones. He gets it up in the front court. It comes to Knapp. Knapp has it almost stripped away, but it gets it back, and it comes back to Jones again. Wheelock working against Jones. The two little guys a little picking on each other, and they're going to call that a double dribble on Drew.
Yeah, Drew's arguing that the defender knocked it away and he lost control, but maybe a little too much through the legs and behind the back on that one. Just blow past the guy.
So here comes Easton Wheelock. 2:30 to play here in the first half. 31-15. Preston with a 16-point lead. Three-pointer put up by Durham. That's no good. Knapp able to pull that rebound in. Up into the front court it comes to Harris. Tried to get it ahead to Larson. Comes back to Harris, who's fouled, driving to the bucket. Hunter Holzman called for the foul. That'll be his second, team's 8th. Cole Harris will now go back to the foul line. Tonight's game brought to you by Stokes Market True Value for produce to hand tools, fresh market and smokers, fresh bakery and deli items, and now fresh sushi met daily as well. Stokes Market True Value, 217 South State Street in Preston. As Harris makes the first. Now with 12 points tonight here in the first half. Makes them both. He has 13. Had 14 in the first meeting against Highland. And of course, as we mentioned a few minutes ago, he had 20 in the game the other night against Pocatello. Moon driving, gets cut off. They'll swing it all the way back around to Durham again. Top of the key. Give it over on the far side, back to Kelly. Moon from the free throw line. Boy, that's an ugly shot as it comes all the way back off, and Wheelock has it again.
That's a no-hoper.
Durham back down low. Nice little backdoor play, and it's stolen away by Harris. Cole stripped it away, took it away from Holtzman up into the front court. Hammonds for three. Good again. Hammonds has a dozen has 3 threes, and it's 36-15. Durham inside to Moon. Kick it back out again up to the top of the key, back to Easton Durham. Over on the far side, they'll bring it back to Wheelock. Drives, kick it back over here in the right corner. Comes back to Durham, back to Wheelock. He wants to drive again. Doesn't want to shoot, but give it back to Moon. Moon will get it back outside. They'll work it all the way back to the top of the key, back to Durham again. Crosses over on Hammonds for the block. As it's Tate Presley just to block the ball, standing flat-footed on the floor. As it comes, no foul called inside, back to Harris. Now there's a foul called. As Brecker Knapp took it up the floor, thought he had a layup, but they didn't get the foul called. The foul rebound was off to Harris, and almost laying on the floor, just flipped it up at the basket and got the foul call.
So he'll get his 4th and 5th free throw attempts here in the first half.
And makes the first. Remember, he has 14. Stephen Roberts comes back on. Gabe Hammond will head to the bench. And now Harris will shoot his second. That one is no good. It's a rattle in and out. Finally missed one tonight. 52 seconds to play in the half. Wheelock gives it down low on the baseline, drives the baseline, and losing the ball there was Kelly. Picked up again by the Indians. Quickly, here comes Jones back up into the front court. Jones gives it back to Knapp. One bounce dribble. And give it back to Jones.
Thought about it, was tempted by it, didn't do it.
Back to Knapp on the right side. Back out type to Jones.
Now they're trying to get Cole Harris on the block. He's got Wheelock on him, a much smaller guy. There we go.
Now we got him down there. Put a little bank shot is in. 39-15. Harris with 16 here in the first half. 10 seconds to play. A three-pointer by Durham, no good. High rebound knocked away by Jones, controlled by the Indians as it comes to Presley with 4, with 3, all the way to the bucket, laid up. No. Guess who is there for the putback? Cole Harris, who finishes the first half with 18, and it's 41-15. Preston with a huge lead going to the locker room. Wow, what a half. We invite you to stay tuned. The Ralph's Construction halftime report coming up right after this.
KACA.
This month, our nation celebrates 2 great presidents. At West Motors, they celebrate February with their President's Day event all month long. This month, you'll find prices we're celebrating on all Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram vehicles at West Motor in Preston and Logan. Pricing so low, you'll want to stand up and salute. March on in and feel the power of a Ram, the comfort of a Chrysler, the dependability of a Jeep, and the family-friendly Dodge vehicles. Celebrate with win-win deals all month long during the President's Day event at West Motor in Preston and Logan.
Hi, everybody. It's Dan Hubbard for ChemDry of Northern Utah. Are you worried about the safety of your home or business? Well, ChemDry of Northern Utah can help. Their new Micro Pro Shield service disinfects, then adds antimicrobial protection for up to 90 days. They use patented technology to create a layer of spikes on surfaces that mechanically kills microbes on contact for up to 3 months. Their hospital-grade disinfectant is EPA approved for use against SARS-CoV-2, the very cause of COVID-19. It's simply ideal for residential and commercial settings. If you'd like more information about their new Micro Pro Shield service and you're in Cache or Box Elder County, make sure you call today, 435-752-6100. That's 435-752-6100 for ChemDry of Northern.
The Halftime Report is sponsored by Ralph's Construction, building homes in the Blue Sage Park region in Preston. Call 435-232-18.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
KACH.
Welcome back here at halftime as you get a look at the Fidels performing here at the halftime break out on the floor. And what a first half for the Indians. 41-15, they lead at the break.
Yeah, not a lot went wrong for the Indians that half. Wow, a huge lead, and boy, the Indians came out with a lot of energy and intensity and just kept that up for the whole 16 minutes. Great half.
As Cole Harris with 18 points in the first half. Gabe Hammonds with a dozen, as they have just been all over the Highland defense. There's not much that Highland's been able to do defensively against this Indian team so far.
Yeah, I think Cole probably didn't take a shot outside of 8 feet other than a free throw. Just outworking people and getting what he wants closer to the rim. Good recognition by Preston on some mismatches sometimes, and really controlled Mickelson. He didn't really give him much of anything in that first half, so overall great half that way too, defensively.
Mickelson with 3 fouls in the first half, ended up spending quite a bit of time on the bench. That certainly helped the Preston offense.
Yeah, of course, when he's out of there, they're a much different team on both ends of the floor, but really helpful to get him in foul trouble.
So Preston leads 41-15. In case you're interested, over at Pocatello High School at the end of the first quarter, Century was leading the Indians over there 16-9. We expect another update at halftime coming up from over there. Hopefully we'll have that before we go back to play here in the second half. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll look at the stat sheet from the first half. We'll do that as we continue right after this.
KACH.
Traditionally, people will consume more salsa this weekend than any other weekend of the entire year. This weekend is only one of the most massive big-time weekends for monumental bunchies. Oh, and there's a little football game, too. Stokes Market will be there in a clutch with anything and everything you need. Stokes can make the save with your option play of meat and cheese or veggie trays. Feel the crunch of a massive lineup of potato chips, tortilla chips, and pretzels. Dive for extra yards with a selection of dips, cheese, guacamole, and salsa. Catch fan favorite snack legends like Little Smoky sausages, soda, popcorn, frozen pizzas, and wings. This weekend is one of the most important food-centric weekends of the entire year. Oh yeah, and then football. Complete your game day sack at Stokes Market in Preston.
If you feel like your bank works against you, we invite you to move your accounts to Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. We work for you, not against you. Serving Southeast Idaho for over 65 years, we offer totally free checking with cash back rewards, 0 fees credit cards, low auto loan rates, and excellent customer service. Visit today, 311 South Highway 91, Preston. Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Here, the advantage is yours. Equal housing lender, member NCUA.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Welcome back. We told you we were expecting an update, and we have it here. It's the other halftime as well. Century leading 26-19 over Pocatello. Emmett Holt with 16 points in the first half for Century.
Well, rivalry game for those two schools as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look at the score sheet, see what's happening in this game after the first half. First here for Highland, Hunter Holtzman finished the first half with a total of 5 points. Emmett Durham also had 5, including 1 3-pointer. Mason Mickelson only had 4 points in the first half. and he missed two of his three free throws that he attempted, but spent a lot of time in the first half on the bench with 3 fouls. It was, and that's it. That is their total of 15 points. I thought there was more than that.
Yeah, because you look down the sheet, where's the rest?
Yeah, there's no more marks on my sheet. I don't know what happened. So Highland only 15 points in the first half.
Yeah, of course, big first half scoring for the Indians, led by Cole Harris, is 18 points. Cole goes 7 for 7 from the field and 4 for 5 from the line. Great first half. Gabe Hammonds has 12. He goes 1 for 2 on twos and 3 for 6 on threes and hits his only free throw. Braden Hess goes 1 for 3 and 1 for 1 from the line for 3 points. Hess I've got with 4 rebounds. Harris with 4 rebounds, a couple assists and a steal to go with his 18 points. Brecker Knapp goes 1 for 3 for 2 points, a couple of rebounds and a couple of steals for Brecker. Steve Roberts played in that first half, did not score. Shumway came in and had a couple of runners in the lane for 4 points. And Drew Jones played, did not score in that first half, as well as Rhett Larson got in and got a bucket for 2. So the Indians, Dan, were up 23-12, the end of 1. And boy, that second quarter they came out and outscored the Rams 18-3 to go up 41-15 here at half.
Wow, that's big. 41-15, as this has been the Ralph's Construction halftime report, third quarter right after this.
KACA.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
Pain-free and feeling great without the expense and side effects of medications. It is not only possible, but a reality at Fellows Chiropractic. Now with 4 massage therapists and chiropractic available to help you with your relief from chronic pain. Give Dr. Fellows' office a call at 208-852-2240 to schedule your massage therapy or chiropractic session today. That number again is 208-852-2240.
The third quarter is sponsored by Preston Auto Parts CarQuest, 17 South State.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Proud member of the Co-op. We save you money on advertising and enable you to reach more customers. We are KACH, Preston, Clarkston, Mink Creek.
Well, we'll start the third quarter here. Preston with that big lead, as Preston will also have the ball to start quarter number 3 here. Their regular starting 5 back on the floor for both teams, including Mickelson with his 3 fouls. Immediately get it down low to Hess, as Mickelson left to go to the corner, and Hess was wide open down low.
Yeah, good find, good recognition.
Durham for 3 right away and hits it. That's his second of the game. And Jones quickly wants a timeout, so we'll take one here real quick as well. We'll be right back.
KACH.
A higher level of precision and accuracy, that's what the new Naveo robotic assistance system at Franklin County Medical Center provides you. Whether you're in need of revision, partial or total knee replacement, the new robotic assisted surgery technology at Franklin County Medical Center allow knee surgery candidates the comfort of knowing that their knee surgery will be performed with confidence, improving the function, feel, and longevity of your new knee. Learn more about the new robotics machine at fcmc.org. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and
KACH.
Well, Tyler Jones takes a real quick timeout.
Yeah, a little teaching moment there. In other words, you got to get back on D, guys, just because you make a nice layup.
Well, the problem was they wanted to bring over the weak side help to help inside against Mickelson, but nobody got back in the corner fast enough to guard Durham, and he was wide open for the three. Harris to Hess, 15-footer, good. Braden Hess makes a couple of shots here to start quarter number 3, and it's 45-18. Preston with a 27-point lead. Oops, taken away by Harris. Here comes Cole, 1-on-2, all the way, lay it in. Harris has 20. As Mickelson has his shot blocked by Hess, taken away by Hess. Back up into the front court, Knapp, Hammonds, 3 from the corner, good again.
Gabe had a lot of room in front of him that time, knocks down a wide open 3.
And a timeout called here by the Rams as they trail big. It's 50-18, timeout on the floor.
KACA.
We are proud of what milk can do. It nourishes friendships and partnerships. It nourishes bodies and businesses. It nourishes nonprofits and schools. It nourishes families and faraway lands. As your local dairy producers, we are more than farmers. We are Dairy West.
KACH.
Welcome back here. Preston leading by 32. I don't think anybody would have expected that.
No, certainly not. And you look at Hammonds with 15 and Harris with 20. They outscored Highland, just those two guys by themselves here.
Highland has the ball in the backcourt after the made shot. As they'll walk it up into the front court as Barella back across the timeline. Gets it back, swing it back over here on the near side to Durham. Now back top of the key. Back to Holtzman, back to Barella. As they're looking to do anything offensively, they get it up to the elbow there to Anderson. He tries to drop it down low. Three-pointer didn't take it. In the corner was Durham. He gets it back now again from Holtzman. This time he does take the three. It's going to be too long. In fact, it's an air ball. Saved on the floor as they saved it to Knapp. Student body section lets him know what the result of his shot was as it comes to Roberts. Roberts tries to turn baseline, gets cut off. Down on the block it goes to Knapp. Off the glass and in.
Boy, Durham down there double teaming. Knapp just powers through both defenders.
52-18. Driving is Durham and draws the foul. The foul's going to go, foul's on Hess. It's his third. Now all of a sudden both the big guys have three.
Yeah, evens that out.
So here is Easton Durham back to the free throw line. Durham, who had 18 points in the first meeting between the two teams, knocks this one down.
Yeah, leading the Rams in scoring here tonight. I think that gives him 9, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Second one rattles around, no good. Knapp has the rebound. So he makes one of two. Preston with the ball back up in the front court. Hammonds has it, gives it to Hess. Hess works there, gets it to Harris, back outside to Hammonds again. They'll come all the way back out top as it comes back to Roberts, and they'll set up the offense. Roberts wants to drive, gets cut off in the corner to Hammonds. Gabe drives the baseline, put it up, no. Hess taps once, no. Mickelson, it's going to go off him and out of bounds, and it's going to go to Highland.
Yeah, what I liked about that drive, Dan, is Hammonds took an extra dribble and got right up to the rim. Didn't settle for a jump shot. Good drive, just didn't get the hoop.
52-19, Preston on top. That's almost hard to say.
Yeah.
Back across the floor. Oh, nice pass as Holtzman steps in, misses the shot. Mickelson put back, no! As the big guy comes up short. Up in the front court, Hammonds looks at another three. Good again! His fifth three of the game. He's got 18, and it's 55-19.
When he's hitting those shots, potent offense by the Indians is much better, obviously.
Holtzman back out top, back to Barella. to Durham, back to Barella. Bounce the ball to Anderson. Now back to Dunham, or to Durham rather. Lay it off. Mickelson gets the foul, as the foul looks like it's going to be on Cole Harris. It is. Cole tried to make just a kind of a running, slashing attempt at the ball and drew the foul. And Mickelson able to make the layup. So Mason Mickelson will go to the free throw line as he has 6 points. And Mickelson, who missed 2 out of 3 free throws in the first half, misses this one as well.
Not a good box out by the Indians.
As unfortunately Holtzman loses the ball and Roberts able to get it back. Roberts now trapped in the back court, comes around the screen, and he's going to foul the ball handler Knapp first before running into the screen. As for Durham, that'll be his first. So Knapp gets it into Hammonds. Gabe driving, gets cut off by Durham. Back door, good look to Roberts. And whoa, it almost spun out, but finally fell back in. Roberts with his first 2 points of the game. 57-21, a 26-point lead. Wow. Check that, 36-point lead. Their biggest lead of the game.
Harris poked it away. Knapp picks it up.
Back up into the front court. Roberts comes back to Harris. Spin move and gets the foul and the basket, and it counts. Harris going out of his mind tonight as the foul. I'm sure did they call the foul on?
Let's see.
They called it on Holtzman. That's his fourth.
Yeah.
So here's Harris at the free throw line, and it's no good. Hess with the rebound, kick it back outside to Hammonds again. Hammonds will come back to Roberts. 3:45 to play, 59-21, Preston on top. Hammonds back to Roberts as Jones is going to get a whole bunch of people in here at the next whistle. Here it is.
Yeah, they got an offensive
foul on Cole Harris.
Yeah, calling for a moving screen. Now we'll see four guys into the game here for Preston.
Larson, Shumway, Paisley, and Jones come back in as Roberts, Harris, Hess, and Hammonds all leave.
Yeah.
Here's Wheelock, top of the key. Swing it over. It comes to Kelly on the right side. Comes back to Wheelock, top of the key. Back to Kelly. Swing it back across court. Back to Anderson. Back to Wheelock. Back to Kelly. Looks at a three from the right side. Too long. As Knapp able to tap it with one hand, control it with the other. Gets it up to Shumway up into the front court. As Trigger will pull up there and set up the offense with 3:10 to play here in the third. Knapp. Back to Jones. Jones gives it back to Presley. Now back out top to Brecker Knapp again. Brecker drives on Moon, puts it up, no foul, and the rebound is off, tip pulled down by Mickelson. Quickly up into the front court, it comes back to Anderson. Back to Mickelson, lay it in, and offensive foul, blocking foul on Larson.
Now that looked like it could have gone either way.
No, they called it on Presley.
Or Priestley rather, yeah.
Priestley.
So Tate Priestley, who's had kind of a bulky knee here this season, but getting some good minutes here tonight for the Indians.
And Mickelson makes that free throw. He's 2 out of 5 tonight. He has a total of 9 points after the three-point play. Shumway back up into the front court. As that's taken away, as Moon able to intercept the pass, and he can't outrun Knapp, so he's got to pull up and give it back to Wheelock for three is good.
Moon with a great steal, and he kept looking back like, where are you guys? Come on, help me.
Come on, we're going. As Shumway back up in the front court. Priestley in the right corner, can't get a shot there. Larson at the free throw line, dump it down low to Knapp. Goes up against Moon and a foul on Moon. Dawson Moon called for his first, and that's going to send Brecker Knapp to the free throw line. Tonight's game brought to you by Naylor Insurance for home, health, life, and auto through Mutual of Uniclaw. It's Naylor Insurance, 153 North State Street here in Preston. Call 852-0810. Knapp's first is good. Record now with 5 in the game. Preston with a 33-point lead. Missed the second. As it's loose, picked up, as it's kept on the floor by Anderson. They'll give it back to Wheelock. He pushes back up into the front court. Inside, back to Mickelson. As he just fights his way around Priestley and gets the layup.
Good third quarter here for Mickelson.
Jones looks at a three, needs a bounce, won't get it.
Wow.
Knapp with the rebound, put back is in. 62-29, 1:45 to play. I didn't think it possible, but we're looking at a running clock in the fourth quarter. Mickelson's turnaround jumper is off the glass, no good. As Shumway has the rebound, pushes it back up into the front court. Knapp for three, no good. Larson with a rebound down low, tries to go back up, it was blocked as it was Kelly had a hand on it, and now the ball on the floor and it's tied up and it's going to go back over to Highland.
Yeah, Rhett kind of in there amongst the trees trying to get up over Mickelson, just couldn't find any daylight.
He's trying to go up, and Kelly had his hand and arm on top of the ball, and Larson couldn't figure out why the ball wouldn't move.
It's that old saying, keep the ball high when you offensive rebound as a big man. Don't bring it down.
Wheelock brings it to Kelly and a whistle before the shot. No basket, as this will be a foul on Larson, pushing foul down low. That's his second. That's 5 on the Indians as a team here. 3 only for Highland. As Wheelock will bring it in. Brings it in deep to Moon. Looks at a three from straight away. That's no good. Jones has that rebound. Here come the Indians on the run. The defensive back, so Jones will slow it up. Throws it over on the right side as it goes to Shumway. And he pulls it back out to the top of the key again. 1 minute to play here in the quarter. 62-29. Preston with a big lead. Jones looks at another three, doesn't take it. Back out top as it comes back there to Shumway. Shumway comes around the screen. Over in the corner, Priestley wants to drive out of the corner. All the way, lay it up, missed the layup. Larson with the rebound, put back basket is in.
Tate should have just jammed that one, Dan. He's long and a terrific jumper.
As the ball's tipped, Wheelock has it top of the key. Anderson for three, good. Fisher Anderson with his first points of the game. 64-32, 31-point lead for Preston with 20 seconds to play in the quarter. Priestley stands out top, comes to Larson, work it back to Shumway. Can't get it down low, so they come back to Jones again with 10 on the clock. Jones, top of the key. Wheelock comes out on him, back to Shumway. Priestley, nice move, drives, shoots, tried to get it around Mickelson. Ball comes off to Knapp, put back by Larson is no good. And Preston will lead by 32 at the end of quarter number 3. It's 64-32. We'll go to the fourth right after this.
KACA.
At Rounds & Associates Insurance, we've been in business since 1948. And while many of the faces may have changed, there's one thing that still stays the same: our personalized customer service. Our customers will always come first, whatever your needs. At Rounds & Associates Insurance, we have many different insurance options and can find the right option for you and your needs. Call us today to find out more. 208-852-2500. 208-852-2500. Or drop by the office, 85 South State Street.
There's a special bond between people and their pets. One that's built during playtime, chore time, cuddle time, and of course, lots of meal times. That's why IFA Country Stores carries all the best food for all kinds of pets, whether they're a part of your lifestyle, a part of your livelihood, or a part of your family. IFA Country Stores, helping to grow the things you love.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, we'll start the fourth quarter. Preston with a big lead. They lead by 32, 64-32, but that's not the biggest lead they had. At one point in the third quarter, they led by 36. Same as young guys stay in the game as a lot of the guys from the JV game now back on the bench. So Jones can really go deep into the bench now as Drew Jones drives the baseline, taken away by Anderson. It'll stay with Preston. So they come out here in the fourth quarter with Shumway, Priestley, Jones, Taylor Lenhart into the game, and also Cam Hobbs. Hobbs will bring it in. Gets it into Lenhart. Back out top. Whoops, that goes through the hands of Priestley, and then Wheelock knocks the player into the backcourt. But they're still going to say it's a backcourt violation and a turnover against Preston.
Yeah. Good experience here for a lot of these younger guys. Shumway, the only senior, well, Priestley, I guess, is Shumway, and the only seniors out there for Preston right now.
Here's Anderson, top of the key. Back to Wheelock. He'll take another three. Looks good, just off. It's tapped out and out of bounds as Anderson couldn't get to it before it went into the Highland bench just to our left. So just as the rules prescribe, they to have the running clock here in the fourth quarter. Preston leading by 32. Hobbs down low. Lenhart wants to turn on Mickelson, can't, so he'll get the ball back out.
Couldn't find any room for his move against the bigger Mickelson.
Now driving, comes back. Jones looks at the three, doesn't take it. From the right elbow, still won't shoot. Give it back to Lenhart, now back to Jones, and they'll let the clock run some more. Wants to drive, runs into Kelly, now driving all the way down. Throw it up and throw it in. Drew Jones picks up the hoop.
Tough driving shot. Good body control at the end to put it in.
Moon from the left corner. That's no good. Hobbs, one of the littlest guys in the court, able to box out and get the rebound. Up into the front court, it comes to Priestley. It's 35-30 Century after three at the pit in Pocatello. We'll tell you why that's important here in just a second. As Priestley will give it back to Hobbs. Hobbs shrugs off one man, tries to get it back to Priestley, but the pass was behind him. And now here comes Kelly. Throw it up, runs over a man, and it's going to be a blocking foul, I guess, on Lenhart. It is. Lenhart's first, team sixth. The Preston, even though they have a big lead, they're out of fouls. So here's why this lead by Century is so important. If Pocatello would have won that game tonight, or would win that game tonight, that brings up the possibility of a three-way tie at the end of the season. As Kelly makes the first free throw. You really want Century to win and kind of set up a conference championship game Friday night at Century.
Yeah. If Century wins tonight, that's for the regular season conference crown, right? Home court throughout the district tournament.
As Kelly makes them both. His first 2 points of the game, and it's 66-34. Remember, running clock, so we're down under 5 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter already. Priestley can't get a shot. Back out top to Hobbs. Good move, and has to back off again as Anderson's right inside his shirt. Hobbs. Priestley over on the left side. Can't get a shot there. Lenhart pops out to get the ball. Back outside. Whoop, Jones faked like he's going to go one way, and Lenhart thought he was going to continue with that move and threw it out of bounds.
Yeah, just a miscommunication there. Ball back to Highland. Again, with that running clock down to about 4 minutes here in the game.
Mickelson comes over to Kelly. Back out top to Holzman. Holzman has it again. Mickelson at the free throw line, turns, wants to drive, spins on Larson. Blocked from behind by Lenhart, but a foul on Lenhart.
Yeah, looked pretty good up high. Got him down low with the body.
Mickelson goes to the free throw line where he's not had a good night tonight. He has struggled from the line. This one is good. That gives him a dozen in the game. And he'll have one more. He can cut the lead to 30. Yeah. Mickelson's next free throw, no good. As Lenhart has the rebound. He missed another one. Jones back up in the front court. 66-35, Preston leads. Larson way out away from the basket. Back door to Priestley. Reverse layup. No. Lenhart reverses it. Yes. Lenhart has his first 2 points of the game, and it's 68-35. Back to Mickelson. Back outside. Kelly. Three-pointer from the left side. No. Tapped. Jones has the rebound. As Drew hustle it up into the front court. Offense is set up. Comes to Hobbs in the right corner. Back out top to Jones. Now back to Hobbs again. As Hobbs holds, gets it back to Lenhart. Priestley, he takes the three. Lets the man drive by and drives, and he's fouled on his way to the bucket.
Yeah, made sure that the refs called the foul that time.
That's going to go on Anderson, and that'll be his third. So Tate Priestley will go to the line looking for his first 5 points of the night. First one, no good. Dawson Moon will return here as the big man, Mason Mickelson, will come out with this game well in hand. Probably the last we've seen of him for the night. As Priestley's second free throw, he missed them both, and Moon has the rebound. Up into the front court, into the corner. Holzman wants to drive, can't shoot, gives it back to Kelly. Back to Holzman, now back out top as it comes back to Burrell. Outside, Anderson steps inside the arc. Back in the left corner, Kelly for three, good.
Nice looking shot.
Able to find the open man as Braden Kelly hits his first three of the game. He has 5. Under a minute and a half to play as they lead by 30. All the way, Priestley goes for the jam, but he's fouled and couldn't get it to go down.
I thought he had a chance to jam a couple earlier. He went for it that time.
That's against Holzman, and that'll be 5 on him. So he fouls out with a minute to play, and they're going to bring Easton Durham back into the game. And the clock could very well expire before Tate Priestley's done shooting free throws. 55 seconds, the clock runs with a 30-point lead for the Indians. And Tate, who missed 2 free throws a moment ago, hits this one. He'll have one more. 69-38. Second one, no good. Long rebound comes back to Priestley with 30 seconds left on the clock. They'll give it back to Jones. Preston doesn't have to shoot with a 31-point lead. Linhart bring it back out near the timeline, gives it back to Hobbs. Hobbs will go to Priestley again as they'll just kind of back off and hold the ball as the clock runs down into under 10 seconds. Can't hand it to the official until the clock runs out. As with 3, 2, 1,
off the floor,
as Preston with a big lead, they win it here tonight, 69-38, the final. As Preston came out hot and heavy, they led wire to wire, and they ended up winning it by 31 here tonight. Preston wins it. They improve to 13-6, and they'll await Century at Century coming up Friday night and see what happens in the fourth quarter in that game over at Pocatello, which is still very close. We'll come back. We have the post-game show coming up for you right after this.
Tonight's game has been brought to you by West Motors, celebrating their 75th year in the Cache Valley. Stokes Market True Value, with the freshest meat and produce, and now preparing and selling sushi. Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care in all of the Cache Valley. Rounds & Associates Insurance Agency, an independent agency with many options for all of your insurance needs. Preston Auto Parts Car Quest, we have all the parts your car may need to keep running strong. Webb Funeral Home, serving Preston and the surrounding communities since 1925. Ralph's Construction, building new homes in the Blue Sage Park region in Preston. Naylor Insurance, for home, health, life, and auto from Mutual of Enumclaw. Preston Pharmacy, now with their own app to help make tracking your prescriptions easier. Now stay tuned for the postgame show, coming right up.
Traditionally, people will consume more salsa this weekend than any other weekend of the entire year. This weekend is only one of the most massive big-time weekends for monumental bunchies. Oh, and there's a little football game, too. Stokes Market will be there in a clutch with anything and everything you need. Stokes can make the save with your option play of meat and cheese or veggie trays. Feel the crunch of a massive lineup of potato chips, tortilla chips, and pretzels. Dive for extra yards with a selection of dips, cheese.
Meet for the third time coming up Thursday night. We'll have coverage starting with the pregame show at 6:45 and the tip-off at 7 p.m. catch the Lady Indians on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH and on mylocalradio.com.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and
Proud member of the Co-op. We save you money on advertising and enable you to reach more customers. We are KACH, Preston, Clarkston.
This is the Preston Indians postgame show. Coming up, we'll recap tonight's game, take a look at the final stats, and a look at other games from around the area on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Well, here at Preston Gym, it's a bunch of happy Indians as they head out toward the exits as Preston comes away with a big 69-38 win to Lyle Fuller, and I don't think anyone ever saw that happening.
No, you know, as Coach Jones mentioned in the pregame, Highland's losses have all been pretty close. And, boy, the Indians came out, jumped on them in the first quarter and just kept it up and were able to come away with a huge win. It's good for confidence, I would think. You know, nobody got hurt tonight in terms of injuries and things like that. And they're able to get the bench in a lot in the second half, so hopefully there'll be fresh legs Friday night. So good outcome all around that way.
They worked a lot on the shoot-around this afternoon on defensing Mickelson and, you know, coming around, getting weak side help when he get the ball down low. And I have to say, until other things happened and Coach Jones started putting in some of the JV gang, that I thought the Preston defense played very well against him.
Yeah, they really did. Kind of frustrated him. He had that foul trouble in the first half, and he finished in double figures, but they really did a nice job on Mickelson. You know, Durham hurt the Indians a little bit tonight, but overall, you know, that's kind of picking nits when you have a huge win like you get tonight. So good job overall by the Indians.
Yeah, he had a couple of threes, finished with 9 points, but all in all, this is really the story of the game has to be the play down low of Cole Harris for the Indians.
Yeah, phenomenal game. Cole is on a run right now that's just tremendous. And, you know, of course, he's the lone returning starter from last year's team that won the state championship. He was really just a role player on that team last year. This year he's having a chance to shine, take a lot more shots, be a lot more involved, and he's really making the most of it, doing a great job.
And Gabe Hammonds had one of his best nights shooting from behind the arc. He finished with 5 threes in the game tonight.
Yeah, and if Gabe can consistently hit that outside shot, that really helps the Indian offense against Highland or anybody. Great shooting tonight by Gabe. He got off to a good start tonight and just kind of continued that through as well.
So a good night all in all for the Preston Indians. A good play inside, good play outside, and pretty good free throw shooting as well as they end up winning it tonight by 31, 69-38. The final will take a timeout. Still looking for Coach Jones to come back out and log. We can't think there's probably a whole lot he needs to complain about tonight, but we'll wait for him, and in the process we'll wait and we'll look at the score sheets from the final, as we'll do all that as we continue right after this.
KACH.
This month, our nation celebrates 2 great presidents. At West Motors, they celebrate February with their President's Day event all month long. This month, you'll find prices we're celebrating on all Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram vehicles at West Motor in Preston and Logan. Pricing so low, you'll want to stand up and salute. March on in and feel the power of a Ram, the comfort of a Chrysler, the dependability of a Jeep, and the family-friendly Dodge vehicles. Celebrate with win-win deals all month long during the President's Day event at West Motor in Preston and Logan.
This is Ron Smaley from Webb Funeral Home, thanking Preston Indian and Westside Pirate fans for your loyalty over the years. You have helped make Webb Funeral Home Franklin County's most trusted name in funeral services since 1925. Our staff is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to provide compassionate service in your time of need. We also offer a full range of services, including many funeral pre-planning options to meet everyone's budget, an excellent monument selection, and the best aftercare services available. Let us answer any questions you may have by calling 208-852-5555 0533. Webb Funeral Home since 1925. You know us, you trust us, we're here to stay.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Preston wins it tonight big. They win by 31, 69-38 the final. Let's look at the score sheet. First here for the Highland Rams. Easton Wheelock finished the game with 3 points tonight. Hunter Holtzman, before he fouled out, he had 5 in the game. Easton Durham had a pair of threes. He finished the game with 9. It was Breeden Kelly who had 1 3 tonight, and he had 5 points in the game. Mason Mickelson, the big guy in the middle, ended up being their leading scorer. He had 12 points tonight, and it was Fisher Anderson who had a total of 3. They were 5 of, 1, 3, 5, 11 from the field. So 5 of 11 from the free throw line, I should say, and they made 5 threes in the game tonight as well.
Yeah, Preston Indians tonight, as we talked about, good shooting. Gabe Hammonds gets 18 points on only 11 field goal attempts. He goes 1 for 3 on twos, 5 for 8 from the three-point line, 1 for 1 from the free throw line for those 18 points. Braden Hess goes 3 for 5 and 1 for 1 from the line for 7. Cole Harris, what a night by Cole. He goes 9 for 9 on 2-point field goal attempts, 4 for 6 from the line for 22 points. He throws in 4 boards, 3 assists, and 3 steals for good measure. Brecker Knapp goes 3 for 7, 0 for 1 on threes, and 1 for 2 from the line for 7 points. Steve Roberts goes 1 for 2 for 2 points. Tate Priestley 0 for 3 on twos and 1 for 4 from the line for 1. Linhart came in and got a bucket. He goes 1 for 1 for 2 points. And Traeger Shumway had 2 buckets in the first half for 4 points. Rhett Larson goes 2 for 3 from the field for 4 points. Jones came in. He goes 1 for 3 on twos, 0 for 1 from the 3-point line for 2 points. And that rounds out the scoring for the Indians. Overall, Dan, the Indians are 23 out of 38 on 2-pointers, 5 for 10 on threes, and 8 for 14 from the free throw line. And just a good night all around for the Indians.
You know, in the first meeting, I didn't use this during the game, but in the first meeting, Preston was like lights out from the free throw line. They were 25 out of 26 from the free throw line in the first game against Highland.
Yeah, that's a tremendous percentage. Not quite there tonight, but surely good enough. Yep, 8 for 14 tonight, and the 5 for 10 on threes is really telling. That's really helpful. If Preston can have that consistent outside scoring from behind the line, really helps a lot.
Yeah, exactly. So a big win tonight for the Indians as Coach Jones on his way up here. As we can talk to him here real quick before we go to break as he joins us here.
We had a good start and kind of fed off each other, and then sometimes just you get going and things happen. But we haven't had many of those. So, I mean, a good game. Most importantly, we came out healthy, and we got a lot of guys some time, and we'll be ready for Friday night up at Century.
You worked on so much stopping Mickelson. All of a sudden, you guys are lights out from the outside.
Yeah, normally how it happens, but no, he's a heck of a player, and they kind of went small and tried to spread us out and shoot a lot of threes tonight, and then they hit a few for sure.
Yeah, we were looking at the scoring efficiency tonight. Hammonds gets 18 points on 11 field goal attempts. Harris goes 9 for 9 from the field. It really helps a lot when you can score at that efficient clip. And I don't think Cole took a shot from further than probably 8 feet away.
Yeah, no, and that's what you like to see, if you can shoot around 50%, and you want good shots and not bad shots. And I thought tonight Coley's been really good at getting to the basket lately, and Gabe's starting to get going again. And when he catches in rhythm and balance, he's a great shooter, and that just opens it up for Cole and everybody, and just a good team effort. I thought everybody that was out there gave us a couple of good minutes. I thought Steven Traeger gave us some good minutes. I thought Brecker got a lot of rebounds again, and Braden. Yep. So it takes everybody, and that momentum is big right now, and I feel like our level of play's picked up these last couple of weeks.
What did you think of the defensive play against Mickelson? I know you guys worked a lot on that today.
Yeah, we figure he's their number one option, and I thought we did a really good job. I don't know how many he ended up with.
12.
12, and he got a few of them late, but he didn't get a lot of clean looks. So I thought we did a good job. That was our game plan, to double him when he got it down low. And then number 4, the Durham kid, he's a really good player. And I don't know what he didn't have many, I don't think.
He had 9, but 6
okay.
on 2 threes.
So for the most part, at halftime we had held them to, what was the score at half?
It was Preston was up 41-15.
15, and we were able to try some different defenses. We did our man, we did some zone tonight. Just try to work on a few things that you need, down late in the season.
Well, the game's still going on over in Pocatello, but Century's up in that game. I believe they're still leading. They were last time I heard, at least.
Yeah.
But it brought up an interesting situation that we talked about in the pregame show, is that if Pocatello would win that game, it brings up a scenario that possible a 3-way tie, which you really didn't want.
No, because of the tiebreakers. I mean, they're still unknown because people still play Highland, still play Burley, still play Twin, but we could be third in that scenario, and you don't want to be third having to play all your games on the road. So last I heard they were up 11 with like 2 minutes. But if Century wins, then we're guaranteed at least second, and then whoever wins Friday night would be the 1 seed, which you get that bye and play at home. So it's fun time of year, but as you know, we definitely want to play here as much as we can.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this time of year, you've played everybody at least once, whether it's Century or Pokey, and I think the teams are fairly evenly matched talent-wise, so it's really going to come down, I think, to execution and who has the energy and that overpowering desire to win.
Yep. So, 3 really good teams, so it'll be a fun one Friday, and, a lot to play for sure.
So, the trip coming up to Century, like you said, it's going to be an interesting game with a lot of things on the line, and it should be a very exciting game. And certainly we wish you a lot of luck in that game coming up on Friday night, and hopefully things will go good.
Yep. It'll always fun, and this year with only the 3 teams again, every game matters, so it'll be a lot of fun, and we'll be ready to go.
We appreciate your time as always, and good luck on Friday night.
Thank you.
Take a time out. We'll come back, get some final thoughts from Lyle right after this.
KACA.
Traditionally, people will consume more salsa this weekend than any other weekend of the entire year. This weekend is only one of the most massive big-time weekends for monumental munchies. Oh, and there's a little football game, too. Stokes Market will be there in a clutch with anything and everything you need. Stokes could make the save with your option play of meat and cheese or veggie trays. Feel the crunch of a massive lineup of potato chips, tortilla chips, and pretzels. Dive for extra yards with a selection of dips, cheese, guacamole, and salsa. Catch fan favorite snack legends like Little Smoky sausages, soda, popcorn, frozen pizzas, and wings. This weekend is one of the most important food-centric weekends of the entire year. Oh yeah, and then football. Complete your game day sack at Stokes Market in Preston.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and
KACH.
Well, Preston wins it big going away tonight by the final score of 69-38. And Lyle, some final thoughts from you.
Yeah, now that this one's out of the way, you can only play them one at a time, the team in front of you. But now this one's done. You get ready. It looks like it'll be Century, but boy, get ready to really gear up Friday night. Treat it like it is a district tournament game in terms of how you prepare, your intensity, and try to go grab that regular season district tournament crown, or district regular season crown, I mean to say.
And as Coach Jones said, you're guaranteed, if Century wins, you're guaranteed at least second place, and that would get you some home games during the district tournament, because you don't want to have to go on the road and play those 2 teams on the road every time.
Yeah, in the first round through the district, the home team won every time, and so we know that being the home team definitely helps.
So the final score here, 69-38. Last report that we had out of Pocatello, Century was leading 48-35 with about a minute to play. So that'll wrap it up here for tonight, Lyle. We appreciate all your work as always, and we'll see you for the senior night coming up next Wednesday against Burley.
Always an emotional time. We'll See you soon.
That's Lyle Fuller with us tonight. Our next broadcast will be coming up on Friday night for the Indians, as they will go to Century to take on the Diamondbacks. We'll have live coverage on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH and on mylocalradio.com, starting with the pregame show at 7:15 and the tip-off at 7:30. Our next broadcast is tomorrow night, as the Lady Indians will be in Century and playing the second-round game in the district playoffs, as they'll take on the Lady Diamondbacks tomorrow night. Remember, earlier start tomorrow. Full coverage on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 and on my local radio, starting with the pregame show tomorrow night at 6:45, and that game will tip off at 7 o'clock. That wraps up our coverage here for tonight. The executive producer of KCH Radio Sports is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator has been John Beverly. Our cameraman tonight for the video feed on mylocalradio.com has been John Slaughter. Remind you of the final score as Preston wins at 69-38. Until next time, for Lyle Fuller, I'm Dan Hubbard, saying goodnight from here at Preston Gym.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.